Me now is Jack Royer from our affiliate WIAT in Birmingham. Jack has been following this story very closely. So they caught him. What happened?
Yeah, just the last few minutes, in fact, Marnie, about 8:22, we got word that he'd been captured in a suburb of Birmingham, about 30 miles to the south, apparently hiding, but the details are few and far between on that right now. A local police department was able to make an arrest. He's now being held in a jail in that county, just south of Jefferson County, where he was released by accident 1 week ago today. And that's the central question at this point. The primary question up until now was, where was Matthew Burke? Now it turns to, how was he released from jail, apparently accidentally. There's quite a bit of finger pointing going on between agencies here, but an attorney for the victim, Tommy Spina, telling me tonight that Mr. Stevens, the victim, is relieved to hear that he's in custody once again because his safety was, of course, their primary concern.
So once he was released by mistake, how long did it take before authorities realized the mistake?
It was a 48-hour heads up that Burke had on authorities. He was released last Friday at about 3:20 in the afternoon, and only about that time on Monday was anybody made aware. The attorney I referenced received a phone call from the FBI saying that he'd been let out. It led to quite a bit of confusion. There was a federal detainer order given by U.S. Marshals to the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, according to the Marshals. The Sheriff's Office says, though, they never had that document. They're saying they had no way of knowing that Burke was to remain in jail until he could be transferred to a federal facility. That's creating a lot of head scratching, as you can imagine. It's a fairly common process. He was charged both federally and with some state charges, although Mr. Stevens chose not to pursue those state charges once the federal sentence came down. And as a result, there was some confusion. Apparently, it's just unclear who exactly is to blame. And we should note, law enforcement up until now have not said much on the record or on camera to reporters. The sheriff or his representatives have declined on-camera interviews and instead referred us back to the one statement they've issued on this matter, saying they never had that crucial document in the first place. But that's up for debate at this hour.
Accountability, that'll follow him. Hey, Jack, real quickly, this story is really scary. What happened to this businessman, the kidnapping, the details of that day. Walk people through who aren't familiar with exactly what took place and why he ended up behind bars to begin with.
Well, Elton B. Stevens is a very prominent philanthropic businessman, well known here to people in this community and really in the region. The Stevens family operates a very successful, large-scale company that does business all across the country. It's hard to say whether or not he was a specific target of this kidnapper, but certainly, obviously, his wealth played into this, we believe, according to things they've told to investigators over the course of this investigation. So he was fearful for his safety. He did tell me earlier this week that he slept just fine at night. He had some increased security around him. He'll surely sleep well tonight, knowing that that this criminal is back behind bars.
A dangerous mistake. Jack Royer, appreciate your report tonight. Thank you. Brian.